We've made it to the end of January. How are you holding up in your new goals and your resolutions? So, step one, we talked about week one is starting with something small. Step two, we talked about doing it consistently. Step three, we talked about being open to reset your expectations and to kind of readjust and recalibrate as you go. Step four, once the habit, the new thing you're trying to do is become permanent, fantastic. We've done it. It's there. It's a little bit more habitual now. We don't have to work or think about having to do it so hard. So to quote, I believe it was Boys to Men, we start back at step one. So if we need to incorporate something new into our life, we're going to start with a new thing. We're going to stack that onto something we're already doing successfully and habitually. And that's starting with a new thing that's going to be something small. And that's then, as we've talked about before, doing that small thing consistently. And as we do it consistently, we get better and better at it. And step three, we are constantly trying to work at reevaluating how we're doing. We're keeping our expectations intact. We're readjusting, recalibrating those as we go. And from there, we can continue to add on new habits. So that's adding on a habit. So we want to talk about now is if you are trying to replace a bad habit, we'll call it a bad habit, but if there's something we want to replace, we do the opposite of basically everything we've done. So one of the examples that we've talked about in Atomic Habits, I believe he uses is stop. I don't think he uses quitting smoking, but he uses. We'll use that as an example. We need to not make it easy. We need to not make it accessible. We need to not have it around. We need to put ourselves in positions and in places where we're not thinking about it. So we have to physically work at making something difficult to do. If it's or if it's eating cookies late at night, step one, maybe don't buy the cookies. But step three, if they're the next step, if they're already in the house, hide the cookies from yourself. Put them up. If you're a little bit shorter, put them on a really high shelf where you can't get to them. If you're taller, put them on a low shelf where you really don't want to crawl on the ground and get to them. Something like that. Make it difficult to get to, and make it a little bit harder to do, so you can actually just take a step back and go, is this something I really want to do? Is this something I want to continue to do, or do I want to change up, or do I not need that cookie tonight? Do I need a little, sip of water or something like that? I highly, recommend checking out the book Atomic Habits. These are all like the lessons we've gone back, and like I said, these are all lessons I wish I could have learned earlier in life. It made some stuff a lot easier, but here we are. I've learned them now. I'm trying to implement them. I am not perfect in implementation of these in any way, but definitely check out Atomic Habits if you are a reader. The other great book I would highly recommend is a book called Mindset by Carol Dweck. Fantastic book. Can't speak highly about them enough on just helping to start to change some of your viewpoints and some habits and how we do our life. So we've made it to the end of January. Congrats on the new habit. If it was not successful, go back to step one. Try it again. Good luck.